So my code is to generate a random sales data set for my store, which sells blouse, baju kurung, men's shirt, baju Melayu, apple hat, baby girl clothes, and baby boy clothes. So the data set includes the date of each sale, the product sold, its price, and quantity sold. The first few lines of code import necessary libraries including pandas, seaborn, and matplotlib. The next lines define a dictionary of products and their prices. The date range for the sale data is defined by setting a beginning and end date and generating a panda date range object. So the code then sets the number of customers to 100 according to the questions given by BAM, and generates random sales data for each customer. So for each customer, the code randomly select a product from the dictionary of product and generates a random date within the date range defined earlier. So the code also generates a random quantity sold for the selected product with a maximum of 50 and a minimum of 1. The resulting sales data is stored in a list called sales data. This list is then converted into pandas data frame with column for the date, product, price, and quantity sold.
So this is the NumPy array.
To calculate the total sales for each product using pandas and NumPy, my code first groups the sales data by product name using the group by bracket and method of the data frame, and then applies lambda function to calculate the total price and function for each product using NumPy's sum bracket function. The resulting data frame contains the product names, total price, and total quantity sold for each product. The code then calculates the total sales for each product by multiplying the total price and total quantity sold columns and adds this as a new column to the data frame. Finally, the code prints the product names and total sales for each product in the data frame. So this is more precise and readable way to calculate the total sales for each product compared to using loop with NumPy Boolean indexing. So this one we learn in the second lecture. So for the next one is to calculate the mean and standard deviation of the quantity of each product. We learn this under the chapter NumPy. So I combine the mean and standard deviation into a single data frame by concatenate. To write a pandas code snippet that contains all rows where the product name contains the word apple, I first filter the rows which have the product name contain the word apple. So in the list of product that I have, apple hat that contains the word apple, I filter the row. Then the next question is to write a pandas code snippet that calculates the total sales for each day. So I arrange the day according to the date for the whole year. So here we can calculate which day has the highest sales. So group the sales data by day of the week, and then I rename the index to day names, which are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for the section 3, which is matplotlib, I just code using the format that ma'am has already teach us in last week lecture, which is lecture 5, data visualization. And also it is the same for seaborn. So for the last question, I have to write a seaborn code snippet that saves a plot of the total sales for each day to a file named sales.png. So my coding first converts the date column in the sales data frame to datetime format using the pd.to_datetime bracket method. Next, it groups the sales data by date using the group by bracket method and then applies a lambda function to calculate the total sales for each date by multiplying the price and quantity sold for each item in the sales data using NumPy's sum bracket function. Then it creates a line plot of the daily total sales using seaborn line plot bracket function, with the x-axis being the date and the y-axis being the total sales for each day. It then sets the x-axis label to date and the y-axis label to the total sales using matplotlib's x label bracket and y label bracket functions. Finally, it saves the plot to a file named sales.png using matplotlib's savefig bracket function. Overall, this code snippet provides a simple and effective way to visualize the daily total sales data using Seaborn and matplotlib.